G'day guys, just a quick review from me on this nice windy day off the water today. So I took the day off to do some maintenance, but I've just picked up some lures that I'm very excited about. I want to have a quick chat about those and do a bit of review on them. You may have seen them in the Flathead Classic. If you entered the Flathead Classic this year on the Gold Coast, you may have seen these guys in the pack you received. And these are these little Samaki Reddick jerkbaits. Now these are the smallest, latest release of the Samaki Reddick range, and these ones are in particular are some we're going to have a lot of fun with, because we love small lures and we catch a lot of small fish and right up to big fish on little lures. And I think coming up to the summer months when it could be harder fishing with a bit of drought and not a lot of rain out there, these guys are going to do a lot of damage on a lot of estuary species. So you may have seen in the Flathead Classic there was in that pack a very limited edition pink color came out of these little guys, and you won't be able to buy those. So if you've got one or two of those like I have, either hold on to them or use them, but they'll be very handy in estuaries for flathead, brim, whiting, trevally, all sorts of things will hit these guys. And I'm very excited about some of these colors coming out in these, like this one here is the Ghost Shad, but I'll just first talk about the shape of these lures. Samaki, as you know, have been manufacturing and getting made some very high quality rods and lures, and I can't recommend them highly enough. They do some really good stuff, and whatever type of fishing you do, from brim right up to barra, there's some really top stuff you can use this stuff for. But I'll just pull one of these out of the packet. Sort of very exciting moment when you take things out of packets. I'm going to have a quick look. So there's two models in this new Reddick Jerkbait 50 series, and these are this 50mm series. The Reddick so far have come out in bigger models for bigger fish, but these new little guys, they come in two models. One is the MF50 and one is the DF50. So the MF50 dives to about 1.5 meters, and the other one, the DF50, is getting you down to about 8 foot 2.5 meters. So very handy depths I find around here on the Gold Coast. During the Flathead Classic, a lot of the fish were shallow. There wasn't much bait deeper, so shallow water lures come in very handy, and either casting or trolled. These little guys, as you can see, this little Reddick here, beautiful little lure, absolute work of art. Very similar to other lures out there, but I find just from using them so far some significant advantages to these guys. Firstly, the colors and the construction. Very tough, solid construction. See-through wire, realistic little 3D eyes there, heavy duty split rings, 4X hooks, really good quality gear there, and quite a deep diving bib. So we find sometimes if you go really light on a line, like we love using the Samaki range of braid, the Pentagram braid, X braid, that is really thin diameter, and another advantage of it is comes in multicolored lengths, so you can measure out how far back you're trolling. Attach that to about 6 or 8 pound leader, and you'll find you'll get these shallower runners down to 2 meters, and the other ones down to 3 meters at times, running with the tide. So big advantage. Great shape lure. They swim very well. It's one thing I really love about these guys, is the very vivid, very strong vibration in the water. And just like some of the best flathead trolling lures, they do shake off weeds. So if you just keep trolling, give the rod tip a firm shake, and they'll sometimes rid themselves of that weed without you having to wind it in and clean it off. So that's a big advantage. So these guys are going to catch a lot of fish, and I've already been catching quite a lot of flathead of the ones I used from the Flathead Classic pack. So they're great trolling lure, great casting lure, nice tiny profile, deep diving, and they come in a really big range of colors, just like the other Reddicks. If you would have seen some of the bigger Reddicks in shops already, these guys have just arrived now. We saw them at AFTA, previewed there, and just look at some of these colors. They got previewed there and they have now arrived, so you'll be seeing them turning up in tackle stores from now on, from today onwards. And I'd jump out and grab a heap of these, because these are going to catch you a lot of fish up the rivers, in the estuaries, anywhere fish live around structure. And just go through some of these colors. So this one here I'm going to really love in clear water. It's called Ghost Shad, quite a natural bait fish looking color. And then you've got the classic white bait color, which is very famous in the Vibelicious series of the soft vibes. And this guy is going to really catch a lot of fish in clearer water and mimics that white bait so well. That's going to be a deadly weapon, that guy. That's in the deeper one, the deeper diver. I'll just take this one out of the pack too, and I'll just compare the two bibs quickly. It's going to get you down to 1.5 and 2.5 meters. So try and match the depths that you're fishing and try to get them tapping on the bottom for maximum effect. But there's just two very slight difference in the bibs, but it does make a big difference to the diving depth. You see the MF at the top there and the DF below. Very handy to troll them even side by side. Two of these on light rods, light line. They'll catch a lot of fish. I've got a few colors today that I picked up from our good friends at Samaki. And pink bait, always pink lure, is going to go well on flathead. Another one called Hardy Head that's got a bit of flash to it. When there's a bit of, I don't know, first thing in the morning, a bit gloomy, it's going to go well. And then some, you know, odd ones like this coral trout, which I do love orange lures. So I've been wanting an orange hard body for a while, and I know this guy's going to catch fish on at times when other colors don't. It's a really interesting looking design and profile. And then for that prawny sort of look, crystal prawn, that's going to be a cracker. It's got that olive sort of back, orange belly, which we love in a lot of our lures that we use. So you got to think, you know, like conditions vary every day. So if you get that really clean water, you want to go very natural and transparent sort of lures. First thing in the morning, sometimes a bit whiter. As the day goes on and light gets up, more transparent. And if you get cloudy weather and or dirty water, go with these really extreme looking colors that will catch you fish. So yeah, that's the little Reddick. I would definitely be grabbing heaps of these for the tackle box, and expect to see lots of videos and photos of myself and Brad catching lots of flathead, brim, whiting, trevally, and a few other surprises on these awesome looking little lures that are really well made, great price, and they're going to catch a heap of fish and a heap of species. Even this gold one. There are days when a gold and black lure, real flashy lure, catches a lot of flathead. And some days where it's cloudy and dirty water, just even from the run out tide color, these things stand out in the water and they get absolutely slammed. So it's an essential color to have. So that's it for the little Reddick jerk baits in the MF50 and DF50 models. And then you'll see soon there's some really exciting bigger models coming out in the Samaki Reddicks. One of them is this color here. I think it's going to be a killer on jacks. Just look at that color there. This one's even called Red Dog. And this trolled around structure is going to be a jack killer. Barramundi, all that sort of big predators are going to hit it in dirtier water and around structure. These guys are also going to come out soon in a DD double, very deep diving model in the 80 and 90 sizes, and that's going to get to some very deep water. So if you want a very effective way of catching monster jacks, trolling in water sort of 5, 6, 7 meters deep along rock walls is a very good way to do it. And you get some handy bycatch like estuary cod, GTs, things like that. So not a bad bycatch. So that's some of those lures there. And then lastly, I've got a bunch of them already. I haven't used them that much yet, but having just got an electric motor Minn Kota for the first time, this guy's going to come into play for me a lot, especially on shallow sandy areas, calm days. That is their Samaki Hardlicious. And if you want a lure that's slow sinking, got a great vibration, very natural sink for those wary bigger fish, definitely get some of these in your arsenal. There's a bunch of anglers now that are going to be using heaps in the coming months, from flathead right up to barra, and you'll be surprised. They come with the spare tail on them, so you can change even the color of the tail. The rear treble folds into the body, so stays out of the way, and it's a slow sinking lure because it's got a bit of an air pocket inside it. This one's 75 mil, 8 grams, so good casting lure still. Nice vibration once it sinks, so you let it sink slowly. Slow lift to make it vibrate, and then it sinks slowly again, so you can just imagine what's going to hit that in the right situation. And perfect situation is anchored or spot locked over sandy patches or round structure, and cast that in there, and it's going to catch a lot of fish. So that's all for me from this lure review, and I'm back on the water tomorrow, and I can't wait to give these guys a run. Cheers.